we got to save this for our people, and that's not going to
Do
take long
it.
because we're practically live now. I just can't see us yet.
We're practically live. Hey, we're live. And I'm eating french fries.
Hey,
Hey.
what's new? And slowly drill it. There we are. All
Oh, yeah, we're
right.
there. I'm on.
Love it. Love
I
it.
see us.
I can definitely see us now. So I'm gonna start my posts and tweets and all that I got set up here.
I could use a nap, even though
Couldn't
I
we
took one.
all?
I took a nap though, but I'm still like, bitch, I'm tired.
I didn't.
I
It
didn't.
might also be.
I'm fucking exhausted. These people wore me the hell out today.
It might also be the vodka lemonade I'm drinking.
But I'm also at the same time I'm riding high because I walked into the Rumble WWE champion. I walked out that bitch WWE champion. Like
It's a
what?
fraud. I think Wendy's
Uh huh.
algorithm has like
There was no
something for
fraud
Dom in it.
whatsoever.
There was no
None.
collusion.
No fraud. No collusion. The top Robotron 3000 is unflappable. You cannot bend it. You cannot break it. It just tells you who won. And
I even
only.
stepped away for a little while because I had to pick up Jose. And I was like, you know, those old boomers that listen to the baseball game in the car?
Yep.
That was me.
All right, I got all that
Wait
up.
a
Cool,
message.
cool, 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 cool. Now close some stuff out, which will be even better. So don't fuck with our stream. Yay, yay. Pop out this chat. I love how it always switches you to like top messages in the chat. I'm like, how do you figure that one out?
Like, I don't want top messages. I want the live chat.
I want the whole damn thing. Like, I don't
I
want people
want
to
the
be like, yo,
whole
man.
ass thing.
I don't want somebody to be like, yo, man, how come you didn't mention my comment? I didn't see it.
Right? That's why I always keep it on live chat.
Are you fucking kidding me right now,
Live.
Dom?
What am I kidding?
I
you
just
about?
looked at your name.
You just looked at my name?
Yeah, on the screen.
No, are you kidding? That's not even the nickname I gave myself.
You should be the South Philly goat.
The goat of South Philly. No,
Oh,
it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. I used to be the goat of South Philly. Now I'm top rope.
It's worldwide.
I'm international.
Oh, we got three
I'm
people
not
in our
far
chat. Is
behind.
it just us three?
it's just us three.
Wow, thanks for that. Getting that on the YouTube. I feel better.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's not on the recording, but it's still gonna be on the
Always
stream.
do.
All right,
People will
so
catch up.
It's all good.
no, I'm sure we'll get some people up in here in a minute. I'm still working on some
Always
stuff in the
do.
background too, like making sure the intro's ready, making sure our stream is good.
Bruce, is your beard bigger?
It looks
Yeah,
it.
it's growing.
Fuller? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna let it like just keep going? See how far you can go?
I'm gonna see how far I can tolerate.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's where I'm at with this. Really grow facial hair like I wish. So I got to work with this, but I'm getting to that point where I'm like, can I just do a pixie cut again? Can I just like shave my head? No, I can't shave my head. My head's not round enough for it. So
Yeah, yeah. I even like I shave my head, but it don't look that great.
yeah.
Like there'll be a day sometime, I don't know when, I'll get a hair across my ass and shave my beard down. Just to let it grow again.
Because I had
for
that
a
recently. He
second,
recently like trimmed it down, and I was like,
I'm
you
a
look
little
younger.
I'm a little amped yet exhausted. So for a second, I thought he said he was gonna shave his beard and put it on his ass. Sorry. More coffee.
Ew.
More coffee. Oh yeah, it goes down smooth.
And I'm the one that's been drinking.
Right?
Especially, I was gonna say, especially with a little Irish whiskey, it goes down smooth. Anyway.
Yes, indeed.
Anywho, yeah, let's get the recording going. Let's get the show on the road. Oh, Brucey, are you well enough to do
Let's
the
just get
intro?
it started.
Yeah, I can do the intro.
Okay, because you don't have to. I'm trying to, I'm trying to ease you back in.
No, I'm good.
If you need to be eased. Okay. All right, Then let's get this shit going.
Burberry scars, shirt and Perry on, living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Burberry scars, shirt and Perry on, living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss.
Welcome to another episode, another show, another shindig, if you would say.
Another epic party.
Yes, another epic party. We are the Voices of the Squared Circle, and that is TRWT. This is a show made by wrestling fans for wrestling fans. So if you like wrestling, you're in the right place.
Yeah. Do any of us look professional to you?
Not tonight.
All
Definitely
fans.
And so let's wrap up this intro. Joining me is none other than the First Lady of Top Rope Wrestling Talk,
And
Miss
Superplex.
Latina Heat herself, Grandma Wendy.
Viva la raza! If you're not cheating, you're not trying. We lie, we cheat, we steal. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Mamacita, we got.
And also joining me, as always, I am not giving you the extended name, is
The GOAT of TRWT.
The producer, the master of the soundboard, the jack of all trades, master of none, Dom.
Once again, the GOAT of TRWT, and that's a fact.
I will never say that.
I appreciate Wendy for giving me that, though. That's for sure.
Hey, damn,
What's up?
ass honky. Hey, yo.
And me,
Him?
I am none other than the high class one, the MJF Mark, and the coach,
The coach.
Bruce.
Coach. Put me in, Coach. I'm ready.
Yes, I am.
And he knows it.
And he knows
Yes,
it.
I do.
See? Yeah, he's a coach like Arn
I-
Anderson. Nah,
No.
he's better than Arn Anderson. Let's
Better
be
than Arnie.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, welcome back, guys. It's great to be here. I'm kind of riding high after this weekend, and it's nice to be a 19-time champ. I gotta give Bruce his credit, because between the two of us, there's about 30 group titles. So like, we're legit. I just have more.
Just a few more.
Not
Just a
for
few.
long.
He's been saying that since the
I've
inception.
got my own algorithm that Wendy's gonna use.
Right, sure, Jen. Sure.
I'm just here to conspire.
All this talk. 35 people rolled through this weekend trying to take my title. And guess who's here with that title?
Do we ever
Just
find
saying.
out who the hell Captain Christmas was?
We did
No,
not find out. If
we never
Captain
found
Christmas,
out.
if you are watching this, let us know in the live chat, because you did damn good, and we had to disqualify you because we had no idea who the hell you were. I tried to find you on Twitter, on Instagram, everything.
Captain Christmas.
Came up with
Yeah.
nothing. So
I DQ'd him because the name was not as it says on the Facebook, as it says in the instructions.
as it
There
says
are-
on the social media.
There are a few people we might give a pass to, like Stu, because we know who Stu is.
Right.
But if you
It-
come at me with Captain Christmas with no indicator of who you are, I ain't taking it.
Maybe he was typing Captain Charisma, and it did like a spell check and put it to Christmas.
I have no
Sure,
idea,
Jan.
bro. I have no clue.
I'm reaching.
I just know I looked
really
over
are.
all
You're reaching
social
real
media
hard,
platforms that I had put that on, and I could not find one Captain Christmas. So sorry, you would have been golden, but we didn't know who the hell you were. So immediately disqualified.
Yep.
I only say this
We have one rule.
because the spell check shit would happen to me.
Charisma's not that hard to spell though. CHARISMA.
No, he was saying like, dude was trying to
Oh,
put Captain
no.
Charisma and got Christmas instead.
CHARISMA. Yeah, charisma.
Yeah, it ain't
If you
that.
can't spell charisma, come on.
Hey, go easy on Bruce.
Please.
He was like, not my 1-1 contender. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, not like I can talk. I've got that numerical dyslexia, so.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, we got Brian, we got Chris, we got a few other people with us live. We're hoping to get some more. Welcome in, guys. Hope you had a great weekend too. I sure as hell know I did. Hee ho ho.
It was alright.
Okay.
But I think we need to pick up where Superplex left off, and we gotta start with our recaps, our feelings, everything that had to do with the Royal Rumble last Sunday. And I'm gonna start with Bruce because he immediately came in the chat talking about it. We weren't even live yet. We weren't recording.
Yeah,
I was
we
like,
were like
save
shit
it,
talking.
hold it, wait for it. Now
Wait a
high
minute.
class, go.
Let's circle back.
Okay. So I don't know. I just feel some kind of way. Like, I don't know if it's, I don't know. It's just some kind of way. It's not bad. It's not good. I think like I was saying to you guys, like I went in expecting to hate it, but I liked it. So maybe I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel some kind of way about it. It was actually a good pay-per-view, except for the spot theft that we'll get into a little later. But actually, like I don't know, like the men's Royal Rumble for me this year, I don't know. It just wasn't. It was meh for me.
I gotta be honest.
I didn't enjoy the men's Royal Rumble, even with Edge being the second person ever to go in at one, or second or third, I can't remember.
Third
to go in at one and win the Royal Rumble. Like,
it's what was it? It's Michaels, Mysterio, and now Edge.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of Mustafa Ali like said it like, okay, so we got these old guys coming back to take the spots from the young hungry guys. Like he legitimately has a point when he says that stuff.
If you don't mind, can I respond to Mustafa Ali real quick?
Sure.
If you don't want an old guy to take your spot, stop losing to Xavier Woods. Done.
But Xavier Woods is fucking good.
He is. But is he as good as Edge? Probably not. I mean, it wasn't
Woods
Woods.
is good, man.
But was
Woods
it Woods Mania at WrestleMania? Was it Ricochet Mania? No. There's a reason. If you want to get on this dude's level, then you need to get yourself over and you need to start proving that you deserve your spot. If you don't, then you shut the hell up and you get to work. This is kind of like the stuff that The Undertaker talked about a few weeks ago with the business getting soft. Everybody wants to get on social media, hear about how great they are and how awesome their Twitter is, and that immediately makes them think they're number one. And Mustafa Ali, one of them cats. He's always on Twitter. He's always on social media. He's always on YouTube. I can be there. Does that mean I deserve a shot at the WWE title? Fuck no.
I got a small rebuttal to that whole shit. If you notice, a lot of these people are a lot of wrestlers are actually using social media in character, in gimmick, to stay over with the fans and stay relevant. It's social media for a wrestler now is like cutting 3 promos a show.
Oh, I get
it's how they get out and keep their character going.
But
That's where their kayfabe
social
lives.
media for a wrestler is a gift and a curse. When used properly, it can get you over and it can advance your career. Mm-hmm. When used the wrong way, it all of a sudden now you have people gassing you up and making you think that you're something great, and maybe you're not. Maybe you're too busy listening to those people. Maybe you're too busy trying to straighten your hair and get to look shiny and beautiful for when you walk to the ring, and maybe you're not worried about the craft. that's when that's when you get to that point where you might want to get off social media and you might want to put down the hair care products and actually focus on your job.
So Wendy, how did you feel about the Rumble?
On that note, Grandma.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Like I said, it wasn't half bad, but it wasn't half good either. Like the men's rumble was a surprise ending for me because I wasn't expecting that. I always hope one of the younger guys will win it and get a push and get a chance. Guess I was wrong. Fuck the young guys. Women's mania, not the women's rumble. Not gonna lie, I actually cried like the happiest.
I did.
Hashtag not my Rumble winner.
Shut your mouth. She won.
Hashtag Black Girl Magic. I don't care. I
don't give a shit. She won. Ref's decision is final. Every time there's one of these controversies, what do they tell you? The ref's decision is final. Well, guess what? Even if she did have her feet down, she was declared the winner. Sorry.
What up, Matt?
I mean, worst case scenario, it gives us a match between her and Rhea to see like who gets it or whatever, and then she ends up winning anyways.
Right? That's to be. I'm with you, Grandma. That Bianca winning that Rumble, I had tears in my eyes. I immediately started thinking about like Lexi, and how much she and Shells love Bianca, and to see her all emotional, I just, it was too much for me. I was like, give me a minute, don't look at me. Don't look at me, damn it.
I mean, but besides that, like it was just awesome. It's just great to have such a talented star win it. You know, honestly though, for me, whether it was Rhea or Bianca who won it, it would have been a win-win. They're both such amazing talent. They're both incredible athletes.
Tremendous.
I was amazed by how strong Rhea Ripley looked. Like physically, she just is impressive, and those shoulders, dear God, they're beautiful. Like, she's a specimen, you know?
Right? Like, she could whip my ass, and I still think like, she's hot. Like, I just can't help myself.
They didn't make her look strong enough as a superstar, though, because they constantly had her getting into these, like, exchanges with people and being knocked down. And it's like, if you want to make her look stronger than that, like, stop bringing her down like that. Like, have her beat the shit out of somebody instead of, you know, 1 and 2, oh crap, I couldn't. You know?
Well, again, like, this is why people have been saying Rhea Ripley's probably going to come up, because she's been getting beat a lot lately. She's been looking a little bit, you know, shaky in NXT, and you thought the Rumble she was going to kind of dominate, and to a point she did. But you're absolutely right. There were moments where she was getting in exchanges with smaller people and losing those exchanges, and it's like, really?
Like, not even that.
Really?
She came in with a head full of steam and just ran into the wall that is Charlotte.
Oh, of course.
And
or is
like,
supposed to be Charlotte.
Stronger, if you want to make her look like Red Fight kind of thing, you know, why are you having her just like sense to me? If you want to bring her up, why do you keep knocking her down?
Yeah. No, I totally get.
Yeah, and I agree with Mac. About Alexa Bliss. I was kind of surprised that Alexa Bliss came in, took a few shots, and then it was like, I'm going to nope, well, JK, you thought.
Yeah, here comes the transformation.
Why'd you have her in here?
Right. She was one of my picks, so I was mad about that. But the women's was good.
The thing about that, though, like, I'm just upset about it as you guys, but if you stop and you actually think about it, it actually builds her character more as someone more evil and more feared. Like, it gets her over as a heel.
Yeah, let's hope so, at least. But yeah, I had, besides this, I had 3 takes from the Royal Rumble. One, I knew they were moving that tag match to pre-show. I said it on the Superplex. You can go check tape. Yeah. 2, Alexa did get me pissed because she and Bianca were my picks. I had taken one from SmackDown and one from Raw. So I was like, it's half right. And I picked Bianca on the forum. But if Alexa would have won, I was like, okay. And 3, the men's Rumble sucked me in regardless. Because like they had the moment where I'd obviously picked Big E. You saw that if you watched Superplex. And for him to get done dirty by almost on the outside just pissed me off to all hell. But by the end of the Rumble, when Edge is standing there, especially after Christian came to join him, in the Rumble for a minute there, and it was like Edge and Christian, and on the other side you got Braun and Seth in the final four. I'm like, oh, this is fitting to get good. Like I thought for a second these two are going to eliminate Seth and Braun somehow, and then do a 5-second pose. It's going to be epic. But it still sucked me in. I was like glass case of emotion in that men's Rumble, because at first I was excited, and then I was mad, and then by the end I was like almost emotional. Not Bianca emotional, but close. So I gotta say, as bad as I thought the show was going to be, it by far exceeded my expectations. Can't really say that for the Raw following it, but the pay-per-view itself was pretty damn good from top to bottom. Even Owens and Reigns and that war they put on, which kind of reminded you of a few other things from possibly another promotion. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
It actually wasn't that bad of a match, though.
It wasn't. It was a great match. It really was. It was a heck of a match. I'm just saying. It just stuck out like a sore thumb when these sorts of things happen. You were like, wait a minute. Just a little bit.
Like, why does this look familiar?
Yeah, my thing is, if Roman is so great, and I know Owens is great, and WWE doesn't pay attention to AEW, why are they doing at least one spot that they've never thought of or never done?
Right?
Like, I know imitation is the best form of flattery, but I mean,
right. But at the
I don't
same
know.
time, you don't hear anybody from WWE saying like, well, AEW is doing great work. If we got to take something from there, so be it. It's more like, no, we don't watch. We don't really care. Competition, psh, put an NXT next to them. Who cares?
But
And then
to
they
be
pull
fair-
that
to
shit.
be fair,
So
to be fair, the full saying is imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness.
okay. So in this case,
I
no,
didn't know it was that long.
I'm not gonna break
It's
it
a long
down
one.
any further than
It's
that.
a
I
long
think
one,
you
much
can.
like
I think you can read
blood is
between the
thicker than
lines
water
on
is
that
a
bad
long one,
boy.
too.
I seriously think you can read between the lines. I'm not going to try to analyze that any further than Wendy said it, because it said it all. But it was a damn good pay-per-view. I might have gave it like 4 stars out of 5, like top to bottom.
And a half.
At best.
I enjoyed winning another title. Like, that was dope.
That's the only reason you're giving it 4.
What were the other matches?
What were the other? You had we had Roman and Owens.
Yeah.
We had Goldberg and Drew to kick off the show, because they were like, let's
That's
just
why
get
I
this out of the
forgot.
way.
Just get it over with.
Everybody go take a leak, go get your snack. You got 10 extra minutes,
It
maybe.
was smart.
It
It was
was.
very smart on their behalf to
No,
put that
it
match
was.
first.
It was, because if they would have
last-
finished it out like men's Rumble and then we're going to this,
yeah,
it would have left a bad
yeah,
taste in
Sasha
your
Banks
mouth.
and Carmella.
That was
Sasha and
actually a
Carmella.
good
That was a
match.
very good
That really
match.
was. I
It was a great
actually
match.
pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah.
Carmella's looking a lot better. She doesn't flinch as much.
And we
anymore.
definitely got more of this Lacey Evans Ric Flair angle at least at the pre-show in the Rumble, and then a little bit more in the women's. I mean, when she clocked Charlotte with those brass knuckles, I was like, "Oh damn, your new mom is mad. You're gonna be grounded when you get home."
Can't tell me what to do.
Oh really? Puts the brass knucks on. You thought a chunkla was bad. Shing. But yeah, Brian's saying that Rhea is a jewel in the women's roster. She really is.
Yes, she
Yes,
is.
she
really
She
is.
She's a fucking gem.
And it's been said, and Chris has brought it up again. Do we think Cesaro will actually leave WWE after WrestleMania?
I
don't
think
see
there's
that
a
happening.
possibility.
Because
I
you can
think
already
there's a
see
possibility.
WWE trying to give him, like, I call it the Drew Gulak treatment, where they change his character and they put him on TV a lot and they let him win here and there, and like, oh, this is what it's going to be like if you resign, and then you resign, and just like Drew, you go poof. Because Drew Gulak was some shit.
It was on fire.
He was on fire, and then signed that contract. He had actually thought about leaving, then turned around and signed the contract, and then poof. Just gone.
Mucho better.
Much better. So, do we actually think Cesaro is going to fall for this?
I don't know. I could actually see him leaving, but I don't see him going to AEW. I see him going to Impact or going back to ROH or even maybe going to Japan to finish his career.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Japan. If they let him in, travel restrictions and everything, so you gotta kind of knock on wood with that one. But I could definitely see him going to like Impact, because a lot of WWE talent that didn't get used ended up going to Impact, and now they are being used. Whether it be Brian Myers, now Matt Cardona. I'm sorry. I'm still not used to his real name. I apologize, y'all. And even Heath, before he got injured, was gonna get a good run in Impact. So
Yeah, that sucked.
guy like Cesaro could come in and really be a big deal in Impact from the jump. Other than that, I mean, he could go back to ROH. He could. I just think he'd probably be better off in Impact. Hey, little demon. Too sweet, me kid.
Oh, he's already heading off to bed.
It's okay, night, buddy. But yeah, I don't want him to resign. I don't know. I'm wondering at this point what is in the mind of Cesaro, because he has been in WWE for so long and kind of overlooked for so long. Is he weighing out like, well, if I stay here, I get overlooked, but at the same time, I get paid. Because
Yeah.
nobody's going to pay him the way WWE will.
I don't know. About
Nobody's going to give him the
that.
platforms and paychecks that WWE will. There's nothing close to that.
But I don't know, with the territory angle or scheme, whatever you want to call it, that Impact, AEW, and everybody else has, like, it is a broader platform that he's going to be given, because he'll be exposed to not just WWE fans, but a far broader spectrum of fans. I think even if he goes to Impact, it'll be better for him because it'll be far greater exposure.
Yeah. My sentiments exactly. Let's see. Mac had said WWE doesn't deserve Cesaro, and
No,
yeah,
they don't.
that's a fact. They've had him. They don't deserve him, but they've had
Very
him. Chris is saying Japan, and so is Felipe. Hey,
Yeah.
CWO, right here, baby.
Yeah.
Hey yo. That's the big sexy to my bad guy right there. Shout out to Superplex, man. What's up? I would definitely like to see him go someplace else. I know it's not exactly related, but Chris had also asked if Alex Hammerstone wins the MLW title this year, and my biggest concern after watching Fusion last week was, where the fuck is Alex Hammerstone? Because he got he got duped and kidnapped at the end of the show. It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. Like he had that Barclay brawl or whatever with Mods Kruger, and he showed up at the site, and it looked like Kruger was fighting him until they got into like decent light, and you realized it wasn't him, and then the real Kruger came out and like cold cocked him, put him over the shoulder, and just walked away with him.
Oh, interesting.
That's
And it
awesome.
was like, oh shit.
Awesome.
That is
Just
a
kid-
lot of man meat to carry
Like-
over
like-
your shoulder.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kruger's a huge dude though, so but
But
it was like,
still,
oh, shit.
Hammerstone ain't no toddler.
oh shit,
No.
they took my hammer. All points bulletin. Anyone within the sound of my voice, look for this man. Find him. We need this man. And yes, I hope they do put the title on him by the end of 2021, because we are at the beginning, so there's plenty of time. But at the same time, where the fuck did they take him, and what are they gonna do with my hammer? This is bad, y'all. This is very bad.
Show up. He always does.
Also, great reasons to watch Fusion. If you don't, I'm just saying. Just cheap pop. All right. So we got the Rumble stuff out of the way. I think the next thing we probably need to get into is AEW Beach Break last night, because fuck, was it a good show?
Oh my god.
Like that
What?
whole ass show. Like, I know a few weeks ago I sat here and I told you guys, like, I can't lie, NXT was better, AEW kind of sucked. I don't know if they listened to that or they watched that or they heard that, but they were like, we gotta shape this shit up, man.
Because AEW last week was hard to watch. I was like,
Even last week
Yeah.
was it was better, but it was still a little on the meh side. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was better. It was definitely better, but it was still kind of on the meh side, and the ratings certainly showed it, because it was almost an even split last week and then this week. AEW blew him away again. It's like, well, sorry, I guess nobody wants to see Edge again.
I mean, I
Oops.
caught up on that this morning, and it was just like such a blip. I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, he definitely did like I know I'm gonna use another company, but he handed out like the Cody Jericho rub on the mic where he looked at two guys
Yeah, pretty much.
and basically put them over in his promo, which was cool. And gave them credit for bringing his passion for wrestling back to get in the ring and this and that. And I'm like, okay, that
agree,
might
but-
that's probably kayfabe, but okay, I see where you're going here. Like, it was a cool little moment, but it definitely felt like it was, kind of just forced out there. Like,
Yeah.
even when Finn and Pete Dunne are looking at him while he's saying this, they have that look on their face, like sure, Jan. Sure.
It almost felt like, why are you pit stopping here? Like, just.
Well,
just
he
keep
said it. He
moving.
pointed to Finn's title, and he said, because I've never held this before, and it intrigues me. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you don't want to do that. Because even if I don't
But
care,
he
like, you
said
fight
it, but we know
Finn.
he's not gonna go for it. Everybody knows who he's gonna go for. It's
Okay.
gonna likely be Roman Reigns.
Likely, yes. I'm not even sure anymore. Like, I've heard so many things on social media. I'm like, you might be right, but you might be right. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But it's almost guaranteed. Because, like, for starters, we know Edge is the ultimate opportunist, right? He's looking at this and he's thinking, okay, these two are going to fight at a takeover. But who's in line to get a title shot down, next if I go in at WrestleMania and I take that title? Oh, right, Karrion Kross, and he will most likely destroy me. There's no way Edge thinks 6 steps ahead like that. He's not going to challenge for that title even if he wanted it.
Ross is going to be on the main roster by WrestleMania. He's going to have a match.
Yeah.
He's going to have that match with Orton at WrestleMania because Orton doesn't have anybody.
I don't know, bro. At this point, like, it seems like the only way you can get off the NXT roster and onto a main roster is if Karrion Kross kicks your ass. Because it happened to Keith Lee, and it happened to Damian Priest.
I mean, fair enough.
Karrion Kross had to beat the living crap out of him in a great match, and then the next thing you know, off to Raw you go. So I feel like he's going to be, kind of he's going to kind of be entrenched there for a little bit before they decide to move him up. Especially, they want to see if he'll be able to, stay healthy, because that's been one of the knocks on Kross from
Yeah, that's true.
way back, like pre-Impact. He is a little injury prone. So if he could stay there, work a little bit, get his stuff. I mean, even when after Santos Escobar, which was kind of funny, because Santos was talking shit about him, which I was laughing at. I was like, you better hope he never shows back up. And he did. And next thing you know, he's in the ring telling Santos, like, after he kicked the crap out of his buddies, like, I'm going to offer you the gift of time. Run along. TikTok. And Santos just like, puddle of piss, run.
So
Just, ay, Dios míos.
That explains the promo that he cut. What was it, yesterday? About like, something about like buying time or some shit like that. I wasn't paying too much attention.
That was exactly it. So now that we got that out of the way, now we can talk about Beat the Break a little bit, because it was actually a pretty good show. I don't even know
Jumping
where
out
to
of the
begin.
rabbit hole now.
Yes, we got it.
Yes,
We got
yes,
to pull.
we're finally out of it. We're out of it.
Pulling
Okay.
on to AEW, and
All right.
and for starters, like, how cool was that tag team rumble? Like, Battle Royal. I'm sorry, I got Rumble on the brain. Battle Royal.
It was actually pretty good, and I like how it worked out. Only one person from the team had to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it worked last year too.
So my boy MJF gets a tag title match.
Yes, but in the process, boy, did he ever get Sammy something, fired up, something royal. Oh.
That little segment afterwards where he was like, Wardlow, get that, would you please? We have something to talk about. I was like, ooh,
Like, oh boy,
it's about
Oh,
to get
here we go.
nasty in here.
here we go. You know what's happening next. Thank you, Sammy, for all your hard work. Good luck in your future endeavors. You're out of the inner circle.
One way of putting it.
You'd have to think at this point, because like, it's been, we've been saying from probably the
Or
minute
forget.
that MJF joined, that there was going to be a match between him and Sammy, and like, you know,
Loser leaves.
loser leaves, right?
That's it. We're starting our own circle of
Oh,
trust.
wait a minute.
Whoa.
So, sorry, I'm trying to cue something up, but it's not queuing up
But
properly.
accurate.
We're starting our own
No,
circle
do
of
not
trust.
play. I did not ask you to play. Now, did I?
Starting our own circle of trust. Very true.
Very-
I have
very
I have what Devin put out as a reenactment of last night, and I want to share it with y'all because it's hilarious.
That's it. We're starting our own circle of trust. And guess what? You're not in it.
Well, you can't start a circle of trust. It's my circle.
You know what? You don't have a patent on the circle, Jack. And by the way, you're not even in your own circle right now.
That is untrue. I say who's in or out of the circle.
What the fuck?
I'm confused. Whose circle am I in? No.
It's funny because that is some
Why
shit
is it
Ortiz
gonna-
would do. Like,
yeah.
wait, what's the
Wait,
name?
hold up.
Yeah. I'm confused with it, bro.
Oh, shout out to Meet the Fockers. That was good shit.
Ortiz, bless you, my child. You are too adorable.
Oh, and thank you, Devin, for posting that in group. I had to use it. I couldn't help myself.
It's
Oh, hey,
hysterical.
Alvaro, what's happening, homie? Max laughing his
bro.
ass off. I knew you would. That's why I had to share. I'm sorry. It wasn't planned. It jumped into my head because I saw it this morning. I couldn't stop laughing for a good 10 minutes. I watched it 3 times. But yeah, it already appears as though Sammy is done with the inner circle, and now the big question is like, what was MJF talking about with the rest of them?
Gee, I wonder.
What?
Santana and Ortiz are like way too chill about it, and they're just kind of like, "Well, we're here." I'm like, "No, you need to get angry."
I know, right?
What? This would be the biggest swerve ever. Okay, follow me. Hear me out. It's AEW.
Following
listening.
you. I'm
It
following
could
you, bro.
happen.
Go on.
The meeting happened. What if MJF gives Sammy his spot with Jericho because of what happened during the match to solidify him as a true member of the inner circle?
Wow.
Okay.
At this point,
What's
with
his
the-
ulterior motive?
Well, that we don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point, I don't even know if Sammy would take it because he like,
I don't know if he would trust him.
Like sex
He straight
gods
up-
go for the tag title.
but he straight up hates MJF. Like, I don't think he'd go for anything MJF is selling him. He'd be like, "Fuck you."
And if he did, he would be like really sus about it. Like, I mean, I'll take it, but what do you want in exchange?
Right? And it's
Well,
just like,
if you remember, the Les Sex Gods were gonna have a tag title match, but then that stuff about Sammy and Banks came out, and they that match got squashed.
It just breaks.
Squashed. Like Sex Gods like died and went away, and then it was Hager and Jericho. You know,
Yeah.
what if it's a
Jericho-
way to actually give the Les Sex Gods a tag title match that
it's-
they were supposed to have a year
it's
ago?
funny because it's true. Jericho really is a tag team slut. He really, truly
He really is.
Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's just a tag team slut. Dirty
He's
tag
like-
team slut.
He's like, "Is this a solo wrestler? I'm gonna put my dick in this, and we're gonna be a tag team now."
That's one way to put it. I don't know if I would have put it that way, but you know,
Okay.
that's
only
how
way to
Grandma
put it.
does. So you gotta love her for it. God damn it.
It's the only way to put it, dude. He's
It kind of really is though. Like,
You know, we're just 3 bros hanging out talking about wrestling.
right.
exactly
Just 3 dudes kicking it.
what it is, bro.
But it's gonna be
Total
interesting.
sausage fest, bro.
It's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out from here, because I don't know if Sammy just walks away, if Sammy maybe lays down a challenge for MJF at Revolution, or if he costs Jericho and MJF their tag team titles. Like, they got the Young Bucks beat, and he comes out and fucking nails one of the Young Bucks and gets them disqualified or something.
That's a good point. But again,
Right.
what's his ulterior motive?
Like,
Because MJF doesn't do shit just for fun. Like, there's always an ulterior motive.
Oh, absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
question is, what is it?
Power. No.
Oh, always.
He loves that control over people. You know, he's got Wardlow under contract, so he'll do whatever I want. Now he's trying to find a way to get Sammy under his thumb. You know, or get him the fuck out so he can get the rest of the inner circle over his under his thumb. Like, I'll trade one for these other 5. You know, that sort of thing.
I really think the grand scheme is for him to get Jericho out of the inner circle, not Sammy.
I don't even.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He wants
I don't
to get
think
rid of Jericho.
The thing is, I don't know if he has to scheme to get Jericho out. I think Jericho might be at a point now where he's like, let me wind down. I'm enjoying this stuff at the commentary table. Maybe I'll slowly
For the sake
transition.
of story, for the
Like
sake
this
of
time
story,
next
it'll
year?
be good.
He may not even be in the inner circle. He may be on the table.
Yeah, he's not going to be in the inner circle because MJF's going to take him out.
Yeah. Say word.
That's what I'm saying. I
The
think,
Joy.
wrestling God.
no
will
offense,
take
but I
the
think
inner circle.
Father Time will take him out before the wrestling god does. That's all I'm saying.
Poor mouth.
I think it's going to be part of the storyline, though. Like, I have to agree with Brucey. Like, I think the point is to get Jericho out, but it's being written like that so that Jericho can, as a wrestler, just step to the side and do other things and focus on other projects.
Okay.
But it'll be written for storyline purposes.
Okay. And of course they keep furthering this Darby and Sting thing with Team Taz, even if they're not allowed in the building. You know what else was a big deal this week out of nowhere? Like reenacting the Rey Mysterio lawn dart shit. We had it Dynamite the week before, it's been on Impact, and it's been on MLW. Like, everybody is getting fucking lawn darted these days. I'm like, all of a sudden, it's like they started listening to the third man. I don't know what happened.
It's just funny.
It's like, oh man, you remember Ray's bitch ass just getting thrown in that trailer? We could do that.
Oh,
Yeah, we
fuck
could
yeah.
too. Yeah, we could too.
That was Kevin Nash.
Yep. Nash put Mysterio on his shoulder and just,
And just
you bitch ass. Woo.
He threw him like a spear.
Fucking lawn dart. Fucking dart. Just, hit the bullseye.
For all you youngins that don't understand what we're talking about, go check out the NWO.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Kevin
beginning.
Nash tosses Rey Mysterio ought to do it for you. 'Cause
You know,
it'll
can
be
I
the first
rewind
thing
real
that pops
quick?
up.
Since we brought up Mysterio, I'm going to rewind all the way back to Royal Rumble real quick and say that was my biggest disappointment, not seeing Dominic eliminate his own father, because
I
that would have
thought
been
so.
hysterical.
I
That
thought
would've
so.
been
Fast forwarding
awesome.
back to what we were talking about.
Even going back to the Rumble, I called Victoria and everybody else said kill it, and I was like, aha.
All right, back to AEW.
Wait, one more thing. The haha moment of the night was Grandma Wendy had no idea who Jillian Hall was at all.
Who the fuck is she?
Right? She was like, who the fuck
That
is
was
this bitch?
JBL's image consultant.
Right, with the big growth on
That
her
was
face.
probably around the time I stopped watching.
And the boogeyman came through and ate the growth right off
You
her
say
face.
this like I know what you're talking about.
Oh, you
If
gotta
I
go
knew
back.
what you were talking about,
You gotta see it. It's
I
fucking
would've been
hilarious.
asking,
It's gross
"Who is
and
this crazy
hilarious.
bitch?"
It's
That
gross
was-
and hilarious.
don't get
It's
me
right up
wrong.
your alley.
I fell in love because she came out all crazy talking about being better than sliced bread, but
Right?
I still don't know who this bitch is.
And then you had Billy and Jilly. Anyway,
No clue.
but going back to Beach Break because we rewound. Now we're just fast forward straight ahead.
Fast forwarding back to the beach break.
Break.
Brian says, and Bruce is gonna love this. MJF has the most punchable face in wrestling, and Jericho's done
Yes.
everything he can, so he's definitely winding down. I agree. I agree. I
what
love
everyone's
MJF. I
problem
want to
is.
punch him in the face because every time I look at him, it's
I don't know what you guys are a bunch of haters.
you're supposed to
Yes,
want
yes,
to
I
punch him in
am.
the face with all the kayfabe and all the bullshit he pulls.
fucking
You're
goat.
supposed to want to hit him when you see him. He is the goat of all heels. I am the goat of top rope. I know these things.
Yeah.
You're supposed to want it. But we finally got a Beach Break. We got Shaq's response.
Fuck me running.
Running,
Shaq
god
sounds
damn.
like-
I'm sorry. This is one of those things that AEW is doing that I completely fucking hate.
I know.
I
know.
agree.
I gotta tell you, I think at the beginning, it looked like in the beginning they were gonna keep Shaq out, or Shaq was just gonna back Jade, and then Brandy got pregnant, and they went, "Oh shit, what do we do?" And they convinced Shaq that he needed to get into this match to give it that extra little something, because nobody's really gonna want to see her fighting Red Velvet at like a big show or a pay-per-view. And from there we got his wannabe finishing move when he did his response, and I was like, you know what? You are almost as bad at wrestling as you are at shooting free throws. Like, I'm not even looking. No wonder this isn't on a pay-per-view, because look at what you just did.
When he was doing his little promo thing, I'm not gonna lie, it sounded like he had like a peanut butter dick in his mouth and it was sticking to the roof, and I couldn't understand like half of what he was saying, and it was like
No.
and I'm like,
I agree.
Shaq.
But to be fair, that's how Shaq talks.
I know that's how he's always spoken, but I'm like, my guy, like, articulate.
He's not going to learn how to enunciate and use his vowels overnight. Like, that's just how Shaq talks, and he's a big deal for it. So, you know, that's how Shaq talks in his movies, if you have the guts to watch them.
Oh my God.
It's the Cajun.
Say what?
Said it's the Cajun.
It's the Cajun. Okay.
guess.
Yeah, I know he did spend a little time down there in Louisiana. Just, but it's the thing that I'm interested in is just Jade. I want to know. Obviously, she looks fucking amazing. Can she wrestle? That's the biggest question for me. And if it takes Shaq standing on an apron to find out, then fuck it, let's do it. Like, I don't care. Let's do it, because I want to see this woman wrestle. I've seen her work out. I've heard her talk. I've seen her jump Brandy in the back. You know, I've seen her do everything but wrestle at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, like we're rolling into some of these big shows for AEW, whether it be the Dynamite before Revolution or Revolution, and there are huge questions about certain people who they're pushing right now. Like you're pushing Jade, can she wrestle?
Yep.
You're pushing for Sting in a street fight, can he still wrestle?
Yeah.
Probably, but we don't know. And so, like, it's
We're gonna find out.
at least it's interesting to me to find out the answers to those questions. So it's something to look forward to. Even if it sucks, I have something to talk about on here. If it's good, either way, I have something to talk about on here. I can come on and bash him, or I can come on and praise him. You know, I don't know yet. We're gonna have to wait till next month.
So my take on this is, actually, I'm looking at this in a totally different way than you guys. This is Cody taking a pot shot at WWE. How many years in a row did we hear we're going to see Shaq versus the Big Show at WrestleMania?
Oh yeah, a lot.
And
true.
Shaq
That's
confirmed
true.
and then backed out.
And we had that
confirmed and then backed out.
confrontation, and then he backed out.
So here's Cody saying, hey, guess what? You guys couldn't get him, but I did.
Right?
True.
You are not wrong in that assessment at all.
And
I think it's part of that, you know. Because the thing is, I don't know if Jade was attached to Shaq to begin with, like if he was helping to train her, not like wrestling wise. I mean, like in the gym, helping her get swole.
Yeah.
Or if they're just using Jade as like a vessel to bring Shaq through. I don't know. I'd have to go look into that a little bit more.
I think it's the second one. I think it's just to get him to come through. It'll be easiest or whatever.
Because she definitely looks like, you know, one of these rare women, like Rhea that we were talking about, or Beth or China or whatever, like just big, muscle bound, like amazing women that like, wow, what can she do? You know?
I love that as you're saying that I'm watching Camille Brickhouse work out.
Camille is another one. Like all those times she walked out with Nick Aldis and she helped him and she didn't speak, and she didn't do this, she didn't do anything, and you were thinking, man, I bet this bitch would kill somebody. And when she finally got in the ring, she really did. That's a perfect example. Thank you, Grandma. I'm hoping.
Thank Instagram.
I'm hoping Jade is more like Camille and less like for, you know, my fellow ECW alum fans, Nicole Bass, because that was just tragic.
Oh shit, Nicole Bass. Yeah,
Nicole Bass, y'all. That was just. I mean, you know, it was kind of the.
Could wrestle.
Nicole Bass was like the first Nyla Rose, and ECW gave her a job, but at the same time, bitch could not wrestle. at all.
No, she did not.
So I definitely want her to be more like Camille in this comparison, but we don't know.
What are we talking about?
Oh, just more about Camille while we're waiting for you to come back. Camille and Jade,
Oh,
like Wendy
I
Wendy
realized
drew the
Nicole Bass was
comparison.
6'2".
Yeah, yes, she really was, because she wasn't always a she. So at least I don't think she was.
No, she always was.
Was she? I could have swore. I could have
She was
swore.
she was just a handsome woman. That's all.
Okay, I could have swore she was like post-op. I had no, because they actually promoted that on an ECW show I was at, and maybe it was just kayfabe. So without Google and stuff, you don't know. You're just like, wow, interesting.
I mean, legit. I could say I'm a 6 foot tall black woman. Doesn't make it true.
No, I know that. I know that.
Just because they say it doesn't mean it's true.
But it's harder. I'm just saying, it's harder when you're pre-internet and you're sitting there and they're telling you, and you're like, oh,
I'll be that guy.
let's see. Hey, Kadrian, what's going on? Alvaro says, but you are. Is everything okay with NWA? They're coming
Yes,
back,
they're coming
right?
back. Actually, that's where I could see Cesaro going.
That would be cool too. That would be
Aldis
that would definitely be
versus
cool.
Cesaro.
Again, I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time somebody asked Kadrian. According to Nick Aldis, in like beginning of January, he said NWA was gearing up to get Power back on the air. It's been like a month, 6 weeks later. We still haven't heard anything. Haven't seen anything. So, from what we know, they're supposed to be coming back. But we haven't heard anything since Aldis said it. The last thing I heard was the NWA has 12 people on their roster because everybody else has left. Mm-hmm. But some of those 12 people, though, are pretty damn good between, the Pope and Trevor Murdoch and Camille and Nick Aldis. And even Thunder Rosa is still under contract. So
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm pretty sure they'll get to use Serena. That would be another thing. Mm-hmm. But I hope they come back soon. I hope they come back like better than ever. I'm with Brucey. I hope they sign Cesaro. If they're out there, he would be like the perfect fit for them.
Oh yeah.
I think they're also going to use a lot of AEW talent right now until they can start signing some more talent to their roster when they start Power.
Yeah, yeah, they could definitely do something like that. Even before the pandemic, they had a working relationship with ROH, and they were bringing a lot of guys in from there, like Mad Dog Cross, and the Bouncers and a bunch of like a Damn Moff. Like there were Villain Inc., which isn't Villain Inc. anymore, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. The now defunct. So if they do come back, it's not like they can't pull from a talent pool to add to their roster and put on good shows. If and when. More like when. I'm hoping when. Please come back. Oh, man, Brian said something, took it back. Never mind. But let's see. Oh, God. And where do we want to go next with Beach Break? Do we want to go for the wedding? Or do we want to go for the grand finale?
Oh my God, wedding.
Yes.
It was so
Yes.
great.
Can we please talk about the wedding? Can we please talk about the fact that Wendy and I both said if we ever get our vows renewed, it's going to be by Father James.
For me, it's going to be at the Wedding Chapel Taco Bell in Las Vegas with Father James Mitchell. I'm going to be wearing gold lame. I'll lose all the weight for it, too. I'm going to wear gold lame. I don't know what Jose's wearing. It's up to him. He wants to wear like a Hawaiian shirt and a tuxedo tee. That's on him. I'm okay with this.
That's all him.
As long as I have Father James Mitchell, Vegas, Taco Bell.
If the Sinister Minister was willing to do it, I will get everybody on Zoom and we will renew our vows live on Fox 10 Productions. I don't know if High Class and the High Class Last will do it, but I know Kathy's down. I know Jose would probably do it.
We're definitely doing like TRWT takes over Vegas inner circle style.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
One of us is gonna be waking up like Ortiz in that crop top, like doing all the weights and shit.
Okay, that can't be me.
But it's gonna be awesome.
That can't be me because I'm going on 19 years clean. I can't.
Then It'll
Actually,
definitely be
actually,
me.
I'm going on. My bad. I'm over 19 years, so I can't.
Damn, congratulations, senor. Good
Yeah,
job.
last October even. You know.
That's what's up.
So I'd love to do. Believe me, some days I'd love to do the Ortiz thing, but I don't. So I could wake up like MJF. Y'all could write shit all over my face. Totally be down. That'll be Brucey. We're writing Mark. MJF sucks. You know. High class my ass. You know that kind of.
At least my beard's big enough where there isn't that much facial space to write a lot.
Right, but that wedding was
Doesn't mean
so.
we can't shave it.
That wedding was so
was
sick.
fucking
When I heard Father James like giving out the actual "do you" and all that, you know, to have and to grow,
have and to grow.
kayfabing
Oh my
all
God.
others. I was like, oh my
great.
God, why didn't I put this in my wedding? Like,
Oh,
this
that
man's a
was
genius.
hysterical. To have and to grope.
Having to grow.
Kayfabing all others, as long as you both shall live.
So, in this whole grand scheme of storyline, how long was Charles supposed to be the butler for Miro?
A month.
Up until the wedding.
A
It was
month.
up until the wedding.
Yeah, which was roughly till about that day.
Yeah.
That's why he turned on him at the end. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Kadrian. He said congrats on 19 plus. I
Stop
appreciate
kissing
that.
his ass.
You can kiss my ass, okay? Okay, Brian's comment came back. He said
That's what's
Cesaro wouldn't be too bad in MLW either. The man can go anywhere he wants. Yeah, that's a fact.
Absolutely.
And that wedding was sick. It was a 9-inch nails Sinister Minister masterpiece. Yes.
It really was, man.
Yes, I couldn't have summed it up any better right there. It was just and we all and the best part was we watched as Miro said, you know, I've been through a few of these weddings now.
It was awesome.
And we all knew there was somebody in the cake, but for some reason,
of
even after
course.
being through a few of those weddings at this point, he didn't know anybody was in the cake. Wasn't he in the damn cake?
I think though, I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I preferred how he did the cake thing because he kept peeking out like so he wouldn't miss his cue, and that just made it even funnier.
No,
Whereas
no.
this time it was just like there's someone in the cake, like you knew it.
You knew
but
it.
it was like not as suspenseful. I find Miro in the cake funnier than Orange Cassidy.
I
It's just that
definitely
constant,
found.
like, did I miss my cue? Not yet.
Yeah.
Nope.
Now? No? Fuck.
No?
How about now?
Almost?
No? Now?
Okay.
No, 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 no.
But he wasn't. It wasn't all big though. It was just like
It was
little
a-
peeks that he would do. Yeah.
You could just see
That's what
those
made it
big
great.
eyes.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that was the first time I was not excited to see Orange Cassidy because I was really hoping the torn pec by Trent was at work and it was him in the cake.
Yeah. Yeah. But obviously it wasn't.
It wasn't. It wasn't a work.
Obviously it's real to Trent, damn it.
Yes, God damn it!
And
It's
you know,
a shoot.
I know Peter a week or two ago had said this is like the Kenny Omega show because everybody in the chat kept bringing him up, so we kept talking about him.
Yeah.
This week is Top Rope Cesaro because everybody is bringing him up since we mentioned him. Like even Kadri just said Cesaro would be a fucking monster in New Japan. And yeah, Cesaro would be a monster anywhere he went except WWE.
But at the same time, you know, it's like we also have to remember that he's not 23 anymore.
True.
That's true.
He doesn't
Very true.
have many years left.
Right. So what does he want to do with them?
Does he want to ride it out for big money in the E?
That's what I had said. That was my question earlier. Does he want to just sit around and kind of get, you know, lost in the shuffle and make his money, or does he want to go somewhere and make an impact?
No pun intended.
No, because he could go anywhere.
Ah,
But since you brought it up, I'm just gonna. I'll be here all night, folks. But yeah, the wedding itself was sick. Like Penelope, damn. That's all I gotta say. Like
Yes.
yeah. You know what? You actually at that point you just beat me to it because I was looking for it. And I can't find it. Ain't that?
I thought I said it, huh?
Hello, nurse.
just whoo, it got hot in here. I know I've been wearing this hoodie this whole time, but all of a sudden it's like 10,000 degrees up in here thinking about Penelope. Whoo, Jesus, my heart. I need one of those spray bottles like Grandma with her gift. Just
Right?
yeah, we need to find a list of upcoming free agents this year, Kadrian. We haven't been able to lock one down yet. We just keep hearing that, here and there. Like, latest one is that after WrestleMania, there goes Cesaro, but
Got something.
we'll figure something out. Don't worry about it.
I got something for us to talk about.
What do you got?
What have you got?
Why the fuck is Riho on the American side of the women's
That was going to be my
tournament?
next thing. Thank you. I have no idea. Maybe because there's
Why?
almost another Riho on the other side because they got two this time. So they're like, we don't want to confuse you. So we'll put one on the Japan bracket and one on the US bracket. It's like,
And
or you could just make her go home.
I'm okay with that too.
Kenny, the Joshi experiment didn't work the first time. It's not gonna work the second time. You got one out of like 12.
I have to say, because she's a legend and I've watched her for many a year. I'm so happy to see the original Kong coming back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aja Kong. I love that woman. I know she's big, she's old. I don't care. I don't care at all. I want to see her on TNT in the near future. I don't care. I love that
She's
woman.
under contract.
She is.
Yes.
She is. She just hasn't been able to come back over since. God, I want to say Double or Nothing was the last time she was in the States,
Because she,
and or maybe for that first women's battle royal that they did, she might have been in that. I can't remember, but it's been a minute to say the least.
it's been
And
a
I'm-
hot ass minute.
and
Yeah.
I'm so excited that she's coming back. Like I'm not excited for Rio. I'm just not. What does she bulk up to 99 pounds? Like I'm just not.
She's
I
a
was,
full 100.
oh my God, what a brick shit house.
God.
And I know, but still, I was kind of hoping that somewhere on that U.S. side, we were at least going to get one or two knockouts. We didn't.
Yeah.
So it was a little disappointing.
Womp womp.
Especially when you put Riho on the U.S. side. But other
Just to
than
get
that,
an extra Joshi in.
yeah. Other than that, it looks like a pretty amazing tournament. I'm
Yeah.
definitely interested in it. It's going to be cool that they're going to be putting more women's matches on Dynamite, especially
Yes.
after Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker pretty much stole the whole damn show as far as a
That
wrestling
was a
match.
fucking stick match.
That shit was a fucking war. Like, I know Thunder Rosa lost, and I wanted to be mad, but I couldn't because I was too busy applauding them for the show they put on. I was like,
Right?
bravo!
Yes.
I'm not, like, if the show has proven anything, it's probably proven I'm not the biggest fan of Britt Baker. I'm just not.
Because you just don't know good wrestlers.
She's grown on me a little bit. I'm just not a huge fan of Britt Baker. But after that match, like, I can't hate, I can't knock, I can't do anything. I got to give you more applause because it was tremendous. Congratulations, Britt. I mean,
Yeah.
It was a damn good match. Britt Baker has always been proved a lot, and in recent months she's gotten to be an incredible wrestler.
she has. She's grown
Yes.
a lot. Like, she was one of my most improved wrestlers of 2020 because she has grown a lot on the mic,
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
ring, the whole nine. Even the waiting room segments are pretty fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. Especially if you saw the last one on Dark, you had Ricky Starks hitting on her, and all of a sudden Tony Schiavone came in. I don't
And
know if he
Reba,
was like,
fuck, I love her.
I don't know if Tony was like the angry dad in the picture, or if he was just trying to cock block for the sake of cock blocking. but either way, it was fucking hilarious.
It was.
Let's see. Yeah, even Brian saying that match was vicious. I loved it. Like, yeah, it really was. Kadrian says the tournament makes no sense. You have a chance to push like AEW women's division with with tournaments like Penelope, Red Velvet, bring in knockouts like Grace or Virtuosa, free agents like Taya, and what the fuck? Yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
Once I saw the way they were setting it up, where it was a U.S. side and a Japan and a side from Japan, I thought like, okay, we'll at least get a good chunk of the AEW women's division on one side. We may get a couple of knockouts, and then more than half of the tournament is Joshi's, and that's slightly disappointing. But it still looks like it's going to be a good tournament. So I'm not gonna hate on it. I just can't. I can't. It looks like it's actually got some potential to it.
So there's two things I want to say about this tournament now that we've been talking about it, just a little bit more. Guys, I want you guys all to know this. Like, we have no ill will taste against Joshi wrestling.
No.
It's
No.
for me, like, the Joshi style doesn't mesh well with the American style. You know, so there's some compatibility. But
I mean, it can, but it takes a lot of work and it takes the right talent. Like look at Io Shirai in NXT. It can work, but you have to have somebody as talented as Io Shirai, and you have to have the time to really work at it like they do in a performance center. You can't just slap these guys in the ring together.
And with Io, I think the biggest difference and be able to compete with everyone else, really.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I say. You can't just like slap these two separate talents in the ring with the way they do things and expect them to just be able to like come up with a great match every single solitary time, which is why I think to put the Joshis on one side and the Americans on the other, because that will kind of, allow them to do their thing, allow the Americans to do their thing, and then, kind of work on the finals together as they're going through the tournament. So maybe it will come out better. At least it would explain why they set things up the way that they did. But no, I don't have any ill. I love Joshis. I was just Saturday or Sunday, I was talking to Felipe about, Miko Satomura and how she was reportedly in London signing a deal with NXT UK. Oh, yeah. And how excited I was for that, because that woman's a fucking legend. And I'm dying to see her, whether it be in NXT UK. I'm not sure, because they only cut to a very small clip, but the woman that looked like she was hanging out with Xia Li was like the big baddie behind her, looked a little bit like Satomura. I'd have to go back and watch again, but I think she might have been like the face-painted baddie they were talking about in the backstory for Xia Li's new character. So, I love Joshi wrestlers. I just know you can't just stick a Joshi in the ring with an American woman and have them immediately click. Like, you have to work on it. So splitting them up is actually a good idea if you plan to use them. I hope that makes a little bit more sense, Kadrian.
And the other thing about it is Serena Deeb is going to lose to Riho in the first round. That is fucking sad.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's
fucking sad.
I'm like
it's fucking tragic.
I'm like praying and offering up gifts to the wrestling gods that somehow Serena pulls that out, because I'm sorry, the NWA Women's Championship is a rather big deal. Mm-hmm. If you don't believe me, ask Thunder Rosa. And for the NWA Women's Champion to drop out of that tournament in the first round, I'm not saying she should win it, but to be dropped in her first match in the first round by somebody who we haven't seen in a year? It's just bullshit. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. You could put her in the ring with Penelope Ford. If Penelope Ford beat her, I'd be like, this is bullshit. Same for Riho. Only difference is Penelope Ford's been around.
Yeah.
And doing some big things on Dynamite, if you haven't noticed.
Big things.
Big things. Big things. What else do we have? Exactly. Kadrian says he needs another dose of Rosa Baker. I think we all do. After that
Revolution.
match,
they're gonna square up, settle up at Revolution.
I wish there was a way that could be like the tournament final, but obviously it can't. Maybe we can get like a semifinal. I don't know. I haven't seen the brackets yet, so forgive me. her mic skills her mic skills did a complete 180.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, and I hate picture in picture. Don't we all? I don't care what show it is. I don't care if it's Dynamite, NXT, Raw, SmackDown. Picture in picture is the worst fucking thing on earth. Because they give you the audio for the commercial, and then the commercial gets the biggest part of the screen, and then you get this little itty bitty screen with the action going on. It's like my phone has a bigger screen than that. Can we at least put them in the big picture since you have the audio and put the commercial in the little picture? Can we do something to make it a little bit more tolerable?
Picture in picture is harder when you have like ADHD and you're like, I want to watch the match.
Yes.
But what's happening in the commercial?
Yes.
But the match. But the
But the
commercial.
match. But
Oh my
Little
God,
Caesars. I
Snowpiercer.
love
need to
pizza.
watch Snowpiercer. Tell me more about Snowpiercer. Oh my
Wait a
God.
minute. Wait, maybe I'm becoming my parents. Do I need this seminar like the Progressive commercial said?
That's yeah.
I definitely make noise
That's how
when
I feel when I watch it.
I definitely
Yeah.
make noise when I sit down, so I might need that seminar. I don't know. Jury's out. Oh yeah.
I make noise because I'm old and I got bad knees, so it's okay.
You and me
I'm gonna make all
both,
the
homie.
That and getting up when you're fat's not easy. So
It does help to mute the commercial, Devin, but they still put the action in this itty bitty picture in the
But the
corner of the screen.
ADHD, because even when I put it on mute, I'm like, "Ooh, what is this? A new show? I'm never gonna watch it, but tell me more." Oh, the match,
Right.
but the new show, but the
Another USA reality show. Go on.
Like, here's the thing is, it's like I was watching. I was like, holy shit, they're already on like season 4 of Snowpiercer. Didn't that show
Right?
just start?
I thought it was season
like,
2.
I've
See,
never
I don't
seen
even
it,
know.
but holy
I've never
shit.
seen it. I saw the movie, but I never saw the show.
with Chris Evans,
Yeah,
aka America's ass.
that's
bless it.
America's ass. Oh god, but yeah, the tournament is definitely weird. We definitely, but I understand it. We definitely need more Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. I can't even believe I'm saying that because I walked into that saying like, Rosa, just kick her fucking ass and make sure she knows her role so we can move on, please. And now I'm like, oh, that was great. Can I get some more of that? Like, yeah, there's
Peanut
definitely
butter
some
and crack
interesting
salad.
things there. Mm-hmm. Yum. No, there was definitely some good stuff there, and good stuff was to be had throughout the main event and all points beyond. Because we ended up with the 6-man match that just turned into chaos afterwards, and Lance Archer was kind of the Dynamite MVP last night. Like, he was swooping in like Superman every time, just saving people. Just here I come to save the day and kill everybody in sight. Like, just ridiculous. And because like the match was good. The 6-man match was good. It was great. The calamity that ensued afterward was good. It was great. But the moment that just took it from good or great and made it epic was the moment that Kenta slid in the ring. I was like,
Bruh.
what in the phenomenal fuck am I watching right now?
God,
And
that was
immediately just
amazing.
went after Moxley, like, you ready to go night Mox? Bang!
I was speechless. I was like,
Look at my face!
I literally
Look at
couldn't
my
process.
face! This is the next day, and I'm like,
Yeah, I was with Wendy. I was speechless. I just couldn't.
so I'm saying,
believe
even
it.
now I had the same reaction I did when I saw it. I was just,
But like here's the thing. It was like we all knew at some point he was gonna show up.
yeah.
It had been-
we said it 100 times.
it
on
had
the
been
show.
teased on social
Yes.
media repeatedly.
yes.
They even
He
put out,
himself had been
Kenta put out a photo of him standing somewhere, and underneath the caption said, in Jacksonville.
in Jacksonville.
Not that he doesn't live there or near there. He's just
But-
in Jacksonville, and that was
Yep.
like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So it was getting teased, and you're like, no, it's not gonna happen. No, it can't happen. No, it's not gonna happen
And then it happened.
until it finally fucking happened.
I was like, oh my God. This definitely Mama's the Mia, because holy shit balls, my guy.
So
Yeah, yes, Ray
What
Phoenix
is-
does need a singles run, by the way, Cadrian. I'm with you. He's like Mysterio on steroids. Hell yeah, and he's a better wrestler.
what if?
And he has his own knees. Fun fact.
Brucey.
What if we get Moxley versus Kenta for the U.S. title at Revolution?
Ooh. I think we're gonna do it sooner than that, but I don't know. I do know
That's a match for Revolution.
there's so much that unraveled after that, after Dynamite, like next morning, that it's a lot to unpack, but I'm going to attempt to. AEW has already booked a tag match with Omega and Kenta going up against Moxley and maybe Archer? I can't remember.
Okay.
I got to go find the photo
Hey,
again.
babyface Archer.
I can't. I kind of like him. I
hate
kind of
him.
like him. He's actually not
I'm on
being
the
an
fence.
idiot. He's wrestling a little crisper. He looks a little stronger. Like, I kind of dig him because he's not really a face. He's not really. He's one of those tweeners now, and I kind of dig that. But either way, they already have Kenta booked on an upcoming Dynamite. Then we found out today that New Japan has worked out a deal to get a new app starting next week on Roku and Fire Stick and a few other things. And I'm like, oh.
Okay.
And
liking this.
multiple reports have said that New Japan and AEW are in the midst of at least negotiating some kind of working arrangement. There's not a lot they can do right now because with the pandemic and travel restrictions and like Japan is this close again to a lockdown. That's one of the things that's like kind of holding up the works with New Japan as well.
Yes.
So, there's a lot of guys over there that they can't bring here. But there are already a lot of guys that work for New Japan in the US that they could use. And Kenta being one of them, but he's not the only one. I don't even think he's the only Bullet Club member, to be honest with you. So, they want to. There's reports that they want to start with those guys, and eventually, when the pandemic finally blows the fuck over, whatever year that is, eventually start to send guys like the Okadas and the Tanahashis and everything else to the States to work in AEW. So apparently, it's no longer the forbidden door. I know, I had to get it in one more time so Wendy could giggle. Because I don't know if I'll ever be able to say it again. But I'll believe, but is it just me, or will you believe it when you hear it from like Tony Khan or the brass at New Japan and not Uncle Dave
Fuck Uncle Dave.
or Ringside News or anything? Because I had so many people asking me today, like, hey, have you heard this? Have you heard this? And I said, yeah, I heard. But I'm not sure. Why not? Why not? Because look at the source. It's not Tony Khan saying we've reached a deal with New Japan like he did with Impact, or showed up on Impact.
Yeah.
It's not like Don Callis or Scott Demore announcing that AEW talent is going to be on an Impact pay-per-view. These are outside sources who report everything under the sun and maybe get it right half the time. Am I being nice saying that?
Yeah.
So, it's all very exciting. This is something.
Devin, F Ringside News.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes. Ringside. By the way, folks, if you don't know, let me. You don't have to Google this. Let me educate you. Ringside News is to wrestling what Fox News is for regular news.
I thought that was the 434.
No, they're a little better. Not much, but like.
Yeah, Ringside's trash.
Yeah. They really they report all this crap. They have reported wrestlers dead, and those wrestlers are live on Instagram at the time. That's Ringside News. Okay, that's just one example of many reasons that Ringside News is like the Fox News of the pro wrestling world. So if you hear it from there, at least Google the headline and see if you can find it from someplace else. Because I didn't believe it at first, but then when these reports started coming out from Uncle Dave and what do they call that? Like cathartic, or I don't know what the fuck they call it.
Cathartic?
Yeah,
Cathartic.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about Cultaholic?
That.
It was
That
actually
one.
it was actually that one. But
Cultaholic?
and Bleacher Report and that kind of when they start reporting on it, then maybe there's some fact, maybe. But when the first people out to shoot a ringside news, I tend to pull back a little bit and just say, okay, let's see what happens. And I don't want to, because I'm the same guy that was saying, and Bruce is my witness from like 3 years ago, this is what other promotions need to do to compete. They need to form some kind of super territory. They need to gang up and take, the only way to take out the biggest bully is to get together.
Yes.
And that was long before AEW. I've been saying it on our group at Facebook for years. I've been saying it on shows with Brucey. I've been saying it all over, long before AEW. And now that AEW seems to be bringing all these companies together, I'm like, yes. So let's see what happens once this whole program with Mox and Kenta ends. Because, again, like, everybody's so quick to do that. But when Impact came out, it was all these reports that, like, oh, no, they're just doing the Good Brothers versus the Young Bucks, and then they're done.
Herbs. Holy shit.
I'm really hoping Grandma didn't fall. I didn't see a life alert on top of her hoodie, so I'm a little worried. Brucey, what are your 2 cents on this whole New Japan thing? Like,
I fucking love it.
I do too. I'm being cautiously optimistic, but I love it.
Yes, we actually have to be very optimistic with this because, we've heard it straight from the Bucks and Kenny's mouth that NJPW hates him and will never work with him again. So
yeah,
for this to happen is fucking huge. Or it may just be for their American division.
Yeah.
They may not work with the actual Japan.
I was just about to add in what Kadri put in our chat, which was they finally showed in this tag team match picture that they put up on their social media, they finally showed Moxley with the IWGP US title on his shoulder, which is something that you could not get away with unless Mox was in Japan. Like they wouldn't even mention that he was the United States champion on TNT when he showed up. They were mentioning it on Dynamite. They showed it in their promotional pictures on social media. So there are some bright spots here. But I don't know where we're going to go past Mox and Kenta. We'll probably get that at Revolution. We'll probably get it for the title. And then I don't know if that's going to be it or if we're going to keep using the guys from like New Japan US for now and go from there. I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't heard anyone that actually would be able to tell you for certain, confirm that there's anything besides Mox and Kenta on the rundown or in the future.
I'll tell you the best site to get all the news that we need for the show. It's probably the most accurate site that I've ever seen.
Are you about to troll us?
And I put all my stock in kayfabe.com.
There it is.
I was gonna say, Top Rope Wrestling Talk on Facebook. We are damn near dead on balls accurate.
Right. Evil Uno called out.
That was gonna get to that next.
Yes.
LIJ baby.
Yes.
De
Japón.
Yes.
Yes.
The Dark Order called them out.
How badly?
That. I was like, oh.
Yeah, Wendy put something up in our.
Wendy
put something up in our group on Facebook about it. It asked what our thoughts were. My thoughts, since she's here, is that like this needs to happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it needs to happen.
We need it. Yes.
No.
We need this to happen. Yes.
If anything, I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna be the LIJ representative. Just.
Wow.
But it does need to happen, and I would love to see that. Like anything Naito related, really. Just yes, I'll take it. Thank you.
I want Okada versus Omega in 85.
Okada versus Omega 85.
They just put on just such amazing matches.
Really do.
That's the thing. Like moving, if this does move forward, I know like now we're going off into fantasy land. If it does move forward, could you imagine the guy that takes the AEW title from the Cleaner is the Rainmaker? Like now we're talking.
Crazy.
Now we're fucking talking.
I'm gonna have to agree with Kadrian. I don't know if you guys already read it, but I'm gonna have to agree with Kadrian. Like, can you imagine in the future AEW New Japan G1 Supercard Madison Square Garden? My
it was
explode.
It was like an all promotional super card at MSG when the pandemic, like AEW, Impact, New Japan, and NWA super card at Madison Square Garden. If that happens, if that happens, and I've got that shot in my arm, I'm getting tickets.
Oh, I'm so there. Oh my god.
Trust me, homegirl, New York ain't that far away. I've driven there before for my brother-in-law.
4 hours from where I'm
I
at.
have,
And
I
drive hella
have,
fast, so that ain't gonna be
I have
no
a
4 hours.
yeah, but I have a
2.5,
big,
son.
comfy.
24.
I have a big, comfy vehicle that seats 7, and I can stop at the airport and pick up Brucey on the way to get you.
Yes. And with the way we drive, we'll make it in 2.5.
Oh yeah. I have made it to Philly in 2 hours. New York will take 4.
Exactly. New York ain't gonna be shit.
Nothing. I've done it before. It's nothing.
What
I
if
mean,
we-
granted, I did it in like my mid-20s, but it's still nothing.
What if we got like an AEW New Japan like G1 climax? You know, like one of their tournaments.
That
Where
would
they
be
got
awesome.
their you
That
got
would be
like
cool.
an AEW pool, and then you got a New Japan pool, or you've got 4 pools with 2 wrestlers
You know
from
what'd
each
be-
company.
You know what'd be really cool? You start a G1 tournament in AEW, and the winner gets a shot at whoever. Well, I guess at that point, we'll just say Darby Allin for like the TNT title. It
Yeah,
would be a dope. It would be a dope way. Like it would kind of be like this women's tournament, but it would just be another step up. You know, because you have the guys between the AEW roster and the New Japan to work like great matches together.
Yes.
And the winner taking on Darby, like that would just be, no matter who it is going to be a great match. If he still has the belt at that point. I mean, we are totally in fantasy land at this point because we have
absolutely.
just been saying like, let's see
Yeah.
what happens with Mox and Kenta. And now we're all like, well, what if this? And what about that? What
now
about that?
we're all booking like a super G1.
So don't get me wrong, like I am extremely excited about this. I hope it happens. I have so many ways to go with this, as you are hearing and seeing. But I'm just trying to like take my time. Let the announcements come out. Let's see what's going to actually happen with this. When somebody reputable actually says this is happening, because like Devin said, Ringside News can suck a massive D. He said D. I'm
old
saying
dog.
dick. I'm saying dick because Devin's got class and I don't, so they can suck a massive dick. Like,
I honestly thought Kenta should have gave a go to sleep to Kenny as well
Yes.
for wearing the Bullet Club stuff at the Impact
Right.
pay-per-view.
that would have been dope too. But you know, it was cool. He did the enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of thing, which is, you know, classic Matt tactics. So war tactics even. So, you know, that was cool too. But another cool thing, Kadrian's comment. Imagine it. MSG Omega versus Ibushi. Main event. Champ versus champ.
Oh, I forgot.
And I'm gonna take it a step further, Kadrian. Winner takes all.
Like all of this.
Like
Make it happen, Tony
like
Khan.
Coda comes in both belts. Kenny's got the AEW title. They fight. Winner takes it all home.
Yes.
What if Ibushi wins?
Right?
Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm so excited about. There's so many
That would
places this
be-
could go. This reminds me of when we first found out about Impact and we sat here for I don't know how long, like 5 ever,
5 ever.
and just dream booked every possible fucking scenario, like every possible scenario.
Because here's the thing: if Kenny drops the title to Ibushi, that means that Kenny's best friend gets to work in America. You know.
And just the history alone, like forget, you know, yes, working in America, but just the history between those two, from the Golden Lovers to the Golden Elite, and now they're squaring off, and winner takes every belt.
The
Like,
only man to ever kick out of the one-winged angel.
right? They always say no one does, but we know one.
Yes.
And that man's holding 2 belts right now. Finally. By the way, well deserved, but finally.
Kadrian, yeah, okay, I can see that. To my comment about the go to sleep on Kenny this
Next
past
week,
he
Kenny
said
goes to sleep.
Next week he goes to sleep
That's
after the match.
He's using
Yes.
Omega at the moment because of course the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But once they beat Mox and it's all said and done, now all bets are off. Guess what, Cleaner? You're going to sleep. So it's one of those wait for it moments, you know, like let this match happen, let all the stuff unfold, and then wait for it.
And when it happens,
Mark the fuck out.
Kenta will be the first Japanese U.S. champ if he wins.
yes.
That is true. That is true. It has been nothing but Americans since its inception. Well, Jay White, but he was from New Zealand, so
He's not Japanese.
it wasn't. I'm just saying, it wasn't just Americans. It was
Yeah.
Jay White and a bunch and a bunch of Americans. So he would be the first Japanese-born person to hold it. That's true. That's very true. And I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Like I know they teased us with this, and they finally pleased us. I wanted to go further, but I'm just kind of sitting back and I'm trying to hold it in. I mean, you see the excitement in my face. I'm like, not yet. Not yet.
Hold.
We haven't gotten the news that we need to get from the source that we need to get from. So not yet.
Kayfabe, we're coming.
And it's definitely cool that New Japan is going to be on Roku because I have it. And I even heard that they're going to do a Fire Stick app because Brucey has it.
I have Fire Stick. That's pretty cool.
I think Bruce actually has both, so it won't matter.
I
I have nothing but Roku up in this house. Like there's one in the there's a box in the living room. I got my smart TV. It's got that shit in it. So fire up the New Japan.
I'm a streaming device whore.
And you know, imagine if AEW and New Japan of America could tour together. Yes, we could be heading there. I don't know yet, but we're gonna see in the weeks that follow. And I'm extremely excited. And I gotta throw this in there because I think Kadrian put something up about it on social media, and I was like, I checked it out here and there. Maybe I'll go back and look at it. Yo, if you need a wrestling fix, like seriously, guys, go to fucking Pluto. I don't know if you know about that app, but it's like all these free television stations. They have like 3 or 4 dedicated stations to nothing but wrestling. They got one that's all classic TNA and Impact. They got one that's ROH. They got one that plays like Beyond Wrestling and all these documentaries about. But it's fucking insane, and it's free. You gotta sit through some commercials, but you ain't gotta pay shit. So I had to get that out there. Thank you, Kadrian, for reminding me of that. I saw your tweet, and I was like, okay, I watched this before. Let's try again. And it was awesome. I was watching like Victory Road from 2007, losing my damn mind.
Oh, that's what I have. Okay, I inversely have IWTV, Independent Wrestling Television. So if you want indie wrestling fix, check them out.
I believe that's also on Pluto, but I have to check again. I think I saw that on the rundown. Because I was even watching, it was sad, I was watching Beyond Wrestling, and MJF was teaming up with David Starr. Like, before the movement, long before.
It's how I watch my friend Emma, aka Erica Lee, aka Donarama. Because I'm so proud of her.
As you should be. But I think that's pretty much everything that we got. And again, thank you everybody for showing up.
Yeah.
Brucey, are you alive enough to do the social medias?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Okay.
All right, look.
I'm gonna get us some credits at one point or another where we just
Please.
share the video. I'm working on it, homie. It's been some crazy weeks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine, but we still have to say it for the audio.
We will.
We will. Just record it. Just say it. Record it. You know. But all right, you can find us if you don't know this yet, which you should. You can find us on Facebook at Top Rope Wrestling Talk, publicly traded group. Come on in, invite yourself. We'll let you in. Come talk wrestling. Enjoy the fun, the crazy antics, and
and try to take one of my titles. You might not, you might fail, but try.
I'm not even going there. You can also find us on Twitter at Top Rope WT. Our Twitter has actually been on fire lately. Dom.
Oh yeah, fire breathing.
It's been
Trying.
We've been cooking up on Twitter. And you can also find us on Instagram at top_rope_wrestling_talk. Come on there, check it out. Yeah. And then if you all want to buy merch, buy our shirts, buy our mugs, buy our stuff, you can go on Facebook at Top Rope. What is it? TRWT merch.
You got it. Oh, and so Kirby doesn't kill us. February, free shipping for everyone.
Yes.
All month. So you order, you pay nothing for shipping. That's on us.
You just pay for the merch.
Just the merch.
Damn.
Yep.
And oh yeah, the
Did I
Graham
miss
one.
that?
Yeah, you probably did because you were sick. But she put it out over the weekend while we were doing Superplay.
Oh, okay. And
you
then
were
you
still
can
feeling
also
sick.
you can
Feel
also
shitty.
find our merch on Instagram at TRWT merch, right? Underscore
TRWT
merch?
underscore. You got it.
underscore merch. Yeah,
You got
can
it,
go
you
on
got it.
there. You can get a hold of the merch maker and get your gear made.
Get everything.
Everything.
Okay.
All right, so Wendy, my dude,
Yes.
please tell everybody where they can find our podcast.
So check it. You can find us on anchor.fm/TRWT. Oh, from there you can find us wherever you find podcasts. So on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher. You can also find us on iHeartRadio, but on that one you're gonna have to like search us out through iHeartRadio. But we're there, I promise, swear. Scout's
yeah.
honor, even though I was never a scout.
I got us on there, so I know we're there.
Yeah. So you can just check us out wherever you listen to podcasts. Yep.
Dope. And of course, if you are listening to this after the fact and you don't know, we do have a YouTube channel where you can come join us live like a bunch of peeps did tonight, where you can see all of our beautiful faces. I'm going to say it because we're some beautiful looking fucking people. And if you want to find out for yourself, come to Fox Den Productions on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell. And even though it's a live stream and you might want to watch it after the fact, because I do leave them to be rewatched, please feel free when you do watch to leave the comments below. People still do, and we still respond. We even use them here. We bust Brucey's balls if somebody says something awful about Florida.
It's true.
Not that bad.
We do all the things. All the things. So please make sure to come through there, subscribe there, and don't be afraid to when if you're using the audio podcast platforms, rate us, review us, because we've used those in the past too. Good, bad, whatever. We use them. So if you say something nice, we'll come on here and we'll thank you. We'll kiss up to you. If you say something horrible, we'll come on here and we'll probably talk some serious shit.
I mean, I'm likely to talk trash either way, but
Either way, but at least you'll get your however many minutes of fame we decide to talk about you. So
yeah. So there's that.
There's a bonus there. There's a little perk. You can tell everybody, I'm on a podcast. All right. So thank you again. We will see you next week. Everybody stay safe out there. Wear your masks. And I'll let Grandma do her thing first.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Yes.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Deuces.
And don't forget to tell your brothers and sisters that you love them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm just going to pick a random Scorsese song and we're going to get the fuck up out of here.
Sounds good to me.
In the course of the climb to the midnight finals to the World Tag Team Championship, you'd be surprised at the number of goofs and idiots we run across. Jimmy Bay and Rocky King call themselves street people.
Give me boogie woogie down bagging.
Harder, more flyer with the stick talk. My wrist cross, colder than the
Should I give a Sabu for Scorsese right quick?
You stuck in 20, swear you wanted to keep the flavor. I'm on the grind, 4-4, plus a couple acres. Faith, that's a mustard seed. I spit disease. The human leper, living weapon, twin magic. You Mobella bitch, a bird fly 11. Living for shiny carrots, ride the carousel of death twirling. Duck and dodge is where you feel the devil's breath. Fingers glance trapezius, still remain chameleon. My thinking hitting Mercury 7. My curse is majestic. Do the math, you a couple pussy. Michael Canellas, bitch love the snakes. Tina Morella.